Yep. I'm your host, Armani LaDalė, and you've got the right number. So go ahead, get comfortable, prop me up, because we're about to get straight to it. What's up, and welcome back to the Right Number podcast, y'all, where we talk about everything self analyzing, reflecting, and correcting. I am your host, Armani LaDalė, and I'm just here journeying my life with y'all and trying to be the best version of myself every day intentionally. Because sometimes it'd be like, okay, it was a good day, but I ain't playing for it, so now I don't know how to have another good day, but we know how to have a good day, and we're going to have them every day. So, but yes, welcome back, and welcome if you are new to the podcast. Make sure you guys like, comment, and share. I have a lot of things to talk about today, but I'm not going to give y'all everything that I have to talk about. So, I'm going to just start off first things first with a prayer. Everybody bow y'all heads. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this podcast. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in and supporting me today. This is not my podcast, Lord. It is yours. And help me convey anything that you wish to say to the people today. Help me do it in the best way possible and allow the audience to receive everything that is meant for them. Amen. All right. Y'all, mental health check. We just gonna jump right into it. Mental health check. I am okay. It's Thursday, so y'all know it's self-care day. I am drained a little bit. This week has not been long, but I just been very tired. Like every time I wake up late. Besides yesterday and Monday. But Tuesday and Thursday, it's been bad. I haven't got to bed till 7 and I gotta be to work by 8. I mean, I don't work too far from the house, but yeah, it's been I've been a little iffy. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm just just emotionally drained. My job requires a lot of emotion, and lately it's been a lot of emotion in the play. Like just me being tested by the Lord, cause He know. But I've been really tested by a lot of things at work. I'm not gonna lie, and then it wasn't this week. I think it was the week before last week. It was really bad. Like that probably was the worst work weeks I've ever had. And I'm just been reflecting on that. Like I just really been reflecting on that, and my bad, y'all. Let's go ahead and jump into recent reflections. So yeah, that's what I've been reflecting on. I feel like unlocking a new level of emotional intelligence because of just what I've been realizing and reflecting on about myself and other people. So I've been really seeing people for more than what they display externally, if that makes sense. So I've been understanding oh, this is a defense mechanism of yours. Oh, this is a trigger response, or this is just manipulation. You're just a manipulator. And I've been seeing it and not taking things as personal. And I feel like this is something that we always talk about, but I'm literally learning this daily. I'm just not taking stuff as personal because I'm guilty of this stuff too sometimes. And when I realize and I really self-analyze and reevaluate myself and my intentions, I realize that okay, your intentions weren't even bad. I have to alter how I receive things. And the most permanent situation I can probably think of is just me and my boyfriend. He'll say something and then I would take it a completely different way than it was intended because of something else. And I have to, when I reevaluate, I'm like, oh, wow, I did have a long day. I was probably triggered by what he said, but he probably didn't mean it that way. And I came off aggressive or mad, defensive, and it just caused unnecessary issues. Nothing that is detrimental to the relationship, but just I was bugging. I was tripping. But if I'm being real, once I really reflected on that for me, I started understanding that is the same for other people. Everybody is having their own day. And something that I have recently just been really in tune with is the question, are you surviving or thriving? And if you watch the vlog, that was one of the first questions I asked on there. And it's just understanding what you're waking up today to do. So you can be intentional with your day and you can know, okay, I'm just surviving right now. So I know I may be easily triggered. I know I may be easily upset. So let me have more patience with the people around me. Let me not let me not take on too much and put on other people what I have on myself, if that makes sense. So just being more intentional with that, understanding and truly believing who you are in Christ helps with that. And I'm going to get there. I know I always round it up to God, and we're going to always round it up to God. But understanding that and truly believing who you are in Christ will help you not take on some of the baggage and burdens and getting hit in a crossfire of somebody else's baggage with themselves or fight with themselves. Otherwise, you'll be more susceptible to like people pleasing, easily being triggered, just acting outside of your own character, or losing self-control. Like I know, we let people get us out of character sometimes. Like, ooh, they the only person that can get my blood to boil. Shouldn't nobody get you there, baby. Shouldn't nobody get you there. But we get there, and I'm guilty of it too. Like we get there. But once we just really understand who we are and realize nothing is our fault. Well, no, let me not say that, because sometimes we be bugging and we deserve to get snapped on. But like not taking it on and making it your responsibility to control how somebody else is reacting or control how somebody else is just acting, period. Once you get into that mindset, you'll be at so much peace. And I promise you'll just let things go. And I've been like lately, I don't know why, and I know it's different for especially like my boyfriend, even close friends and family. Like I just let stuff go, and they be like, I know you still mad. I know you are. Just say you mad. I'm like, no, I'm going to let it go. Because why am I going to sit here all day mad at that? No. And it's not even, it's a difference. When you're suppressing, and then when you are just like, I just choose not to deal with that. It's a big difference. Like it is because when you're suppressing, you're not really letting it go. You're just biting your tongue. But when you just really I don't even care that much to give it that much energy. Not that deep to get us all hostile and out of character. It's not that deep to me. Like if you feel like I'm gonna overreact, I'm not overreacting no more. You probably used to me doing stuff like that, but I'm not her no more. Like I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just really like, I've been just like at a really huge state of kumbaya. And I love it, y'all. And I absolutely love it. Because you're no longer worried about other people. Like they're going to be who they are. They lied because they lied. They cheated because they're a cheater. They abandoned you because they're a coward. Like they manipulated you because they're a manipulator. It is nothing that you can do to change that about them. That is who they are in that moment. So that has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. So get out of that. Oh, I should have done this instead. Like I've been just really battling with myself. Oh, I should have done this. Or I could have done this. And my friend Jordan, she's always there. No, they did that because that's who they, that's who they are. You should have did exactly what you did. You did too much, actually. And she's big for telling me that. So sometimes when I be thinking like, oh no, I feel like I overdid it. I feel like, no, you actually acted pretty rational for somebody that just went through what you did. And I always think of her voice in my head. I'm not gonna lie. I think of her voice in my head because she be talking me out of that people pleasing type of thing. People pleasing type of mindset. And it's not even intentional anymore, because you would have asked me, I'm not a people pleaser, but still to this day, it's like, I forgive so much and I love so much, and I don't want it to be taken for granted. But, and the whole point of this topic is to let you know, if you are like me, someone who loves so much and forgives so much and just lets things go, do not lose that, because that is you exuding Christ. You are exuding him. That is what he wants us to do. And before I was so deep in my faith, I think I spoke on this in the last podcast, I already exuded so many aspects of Christ that I didn't even realize it. I don't know if I spoke on this or I was just having a conversation with somebody, but I'm going to touch on it real quick. But like, I'm a person that loves people anyways. now I didn't have boundaries with it. So that's where I could say the difference is the difference between forgiving, loving people anyway because they're a part of Christ, and then just loving them and being in their face and letting them use you and manipulate you. It's a big difference. And now I can really attest to the difference in me and the difference in just the feeling. Like now I can sit in the face of somebody that did me the worst way or I feel like did me the worst way. And still exude Christ and still love them with the love of Christ and still not, be bitter and not be, uptight and rude and all that. Just still be kind, be cordial, professional even. So, and still and not feel no type of way. And not feel no type of way that I've excluded myself from a personal relationship to just a cordial type thing, So, it's a big difference in knowing the boundaries, but do not lose who you are because that love that you embody is the love of Christ. And I promise you, he is going to bless you with the surplus of what you are asking for. Just because people are taking advantage of it, do not change who you are. People are going to be them. They're going to hurt and they are sinful. And we know that because we aren't perfect. And if we ain't perfect, why do you sit there and think somebody else is? People are going to hurt us intentional or unintentional. But once you realize that it is intentional hurt and you got to open your eyes for yourself, you need to exit. And then going back to capability, and I spoke on this briefly in my vlog, if this person is capable of opening their heart to you the way you want them to, and that don't even have to just be romantic, that can be family, that can be friends. Is this person capable of opening themselves up to you? Is this person capable of that? Or are they still damaged in that area that God has to fix? Because what did we learn last podcast? We cannot fix that. We are not him. Come on. I honestly feel like society, I know I hate society. I don't want to say I hate, but I cannot stand society. It normalized so much that the bar is so low. And we settle for so much. Because I settled for so much. And I didn't even realize, I had pretty high standards still when I was settling. And because I've experienced better, you don't know it's better until you experience it. So, now that I've experienced better, it's yo, I was dealing with that. And then I be, you see somebody else in your shoes and be like, yo, you better get out of there. But us settling, that causes so many problems that I don't think a lot of people are aware of. It causes so many problems, especially when we're trying to build bonds with the people that we desire deeply. Say I'm really cold-hearted, I got my heart broken so bad, but deep down you want somebody to love you. We are human beings, we want love. So all of that, oh, I don't want to settle down, oh, however you want to settle down, polygamous, monogamous, whatever but whatever it is, you want love. You may have covered that up, and it may look different from your love, may look different than what my love looks like, but ultimately we all want somebody to accept us. We all want somebody to understand us. We all want somebody to care for us. And that's deep down. Now, on top of all of that, you got all these layers of anger, bitterness, hate, heartbreak, betrayal, neglect. You got all these layers. So now when you find somebody that you truly desire, you damage them. You know that? You damage them and you mess up a good thing. You could have had somebody to cater to you and all the flaws that you embody. They could love the beauty of your flaws, but you don't want to open yourself up enough, or you don't want to go and give your problems to God so he can open and push that love out of you. Because he's the only one that can break through those layers. You keep looking for people that's going to break through those layers and make you feel secure and break down your trust issues and break down your insecurities and break down your abandonment issues and break down. You keep looking for people to do that. But let me tell you how it's supposed to work. God is going to work on the inside of you. And he's going to break them from the inside. They cannot be broken from the outside. And I think that's a lot of our misguidance. We think other people are supposed to help us feel more like ourselves when it's really God's job. And when we allow ourselves to get so damaged, or not even allow ourselves, but when we become so damaged, we become toxic to people. And society has normalized it. And I hate it. Like, I hate it. I cannot stand it. I'm not going to lie. I hate it. We become toxic. We become draining. You literally are draining that poor girl or poor boy. You are draining that man. You are stressing him out. He's looked the worst he's ever looked. I don't even know who I'm talking about. I don't even know who I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just running my mouth. But yeah, you become overly defensive. Like, and this is something I realized, and I'm gonna be 100. This is something I realized. Like I told y'all earlier with my boyfriend, like I would become overly defensive with stuff, and it'd be like, yo, I was just telling you to have a good day. You over here yelling. Like, she crazy. Like it's insane. Like, we really be tripping when we don't let ourselves heal. So we need to heal. That's the moral of the story. Just heal. When we become overly defensive, we become guarded. Like I said, when you are so guarded, you are guarding yourself from love. And I get you're trying to protect yourself. You're trying to protect little bitty you on the inside that was hurt. But that protection you put on is guarding you from somebody that could possibly cater to that little bitty person that you are trying to keep safe. Now, nevertheless, there are people that are there to hurt, but that's when your discernment come in, that's when prayer come in, that's when you let God lead you. But you cannot be so scared. Do not lose who you are, because you are who you are for a reason. Do not let the world strip you of that godly trait that you were blessed with. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who I'm talking to, but this is really me to me. Do not let the world strip that from you. Do not let the world rob you of that love that is inside of you. Somebody needs it. It can be displayed somewhere else. Maybe the love that you keep trying to display romantically is meant for you to do platonically. It's meant for you to do in a mentorship relationship. Maybe that love that you keep trying to give to that person is meant for you to give to your parents, to your siblings. Heal other people with that love you are trying to so desperately give. But do not sit there and let your heart go cold, let your heart go hard because of somebody else. You don't give that person all that power. And let me tell y'all something really quick. I lost it. Hold on. I lost it, y'all. I done lost it. The enemy is trying to take it away from y'all. Okay, y'all. I truly wish there was a way for me to show y'all how bad my phone and laptop just messed up. My lock screen is still messed up. The enemy is trying not to let me get this word out, and I'm going to still get the word out. So back to what I was saying. Don't change who you are. Apply your love elsewhere. To where it's appreciated. Don't always think it has to be a significant other. And what I was actually talking to my friend about was just applying the love that I just desired oh so much to the relationships that I have now. So I started going out more with my friends and spending time with my siblings and my parents and my grandparents and my aunts and my uncles, and just showing them that love. And the love that you put out is what you're always going to receive. It's up to you to determine how you receive it. So you have to self-analyze and reevaluate yourself to understand, am I denying love in this area because I wanted to look like this? Now we're gonna get into our word from the bird, and y'all know I love my word from the bird. So if you are new, a word from the bird is just basically something that I've seen online. It originally started with Twitter, but I don't even be on Twitter like that. But I actually went to Twitter for today's word from the bird. I went to Twitter for that because I wanted to see how many posts I can get of people just saying, because of the way that I love, I believe that there's still love out there, or some form of that. So if you are watching on YouTube, I'm gonna put a bunch of them all over the screen. If you are not watching on YouTube, go to YouTube for the visuals. I promise you the visuals is eating. But yeah, it's a lot of people out here that just still believes in love because of how they love. And I want to let people know to see that part. Understand and believe that part. There is still love because of how you love. You are not the only one out here that loves genuinely, that has no ill intentions. You are not the only one. And I'm so sorry that you have run into these people with ill intentions. Or even if they didn't have ill intentions consciously, they let the enemy work through them to pursue you in a negative way. And it always comes from people who don't have the capacity to do so, or just haven't reached that level yet. And I'm sorry that that person was at that such of a low state when they approached you, was at such a low vibration when they put those bad and evil words onto you, because you are definitely deserving of love. You are definitely enough. Love does not neglect you. Okay, you better understand what the Lord says about you and use that. And so you don't ever look at what anybody says to you, does to you, and take it on, because you do not, what people do to you is not who you are. How people treat you is not who you are. And I know a lot of times on the media, we kind of get into that, oh, you teach somebody how to treat you, which is true to an extent when it's intentional. But some people are they just assholes. Some people are just liars. They just are. Some people are just cowards. They just are. Some people are just narcissists, and they just are. It has nothing to do with you. But once you realize that and just be like, okay, I know who you are. I know the enemy sent you here. I know why he sent you here. But guess what? I'm going to love you anyway. I'm going to send you about your day. It's a difference between letting people be who they are and letting people be who they are and it interferes with you. Let people be who they are and pray that they get released from that. That don't mean you have to accept them. That does not mean that. You can be nice to them. Be nice to them. God says so. God says so. But you do not have to sit there, guard your heart in a way that people cannot rob you of your great heart. That's what protect your heart means. I don't know if I want to start this as a segment or not, but my dad be giving some really good advice, and I give this advice to my friends all the time, and I love to share my advice. And when I was younger, share the advice that my dad always gave me growing up. And I don't know, like, when I was younger, I used to always want to, like, just give the girlies who don't have dads, for whatever reason, just the advice that my dad gave me growing up, because he gave me some game. Y'all, I was the game. Oh, let me stop. But yeah, my daddy gave me some game, and I did not really understand it when he gave it to me. But now that I'm older, I can really understand it, and I can really use it, not necessarily to my advantage, but use it to my advantage. Use it to understand life and get through life, because something that my daddy always told me was never change who you are. Be true to who you are, no matter who hurt you, no matter what, no matter who harmed you, no matter who neglected you, no matter who abandoned you, no matter who betrayed you, no matter what. He always said, be true to who you are. And I will always live by that. And I will never, not for a long time. Now, sometimes I do get caught up and try to be all cold-hearted, and God check me quick. I remember listen, y'all. I remember I wanted to do this whole, like, no strings attached thing, like the sneaky link thing, right? I'm gonna be completely transparent. I was trying to do like the sneaky link thing, and it was cool. It was fun. It was spontaneous, but it wasn't me. Like, it was like not being able to attach myself to somebody that I'm with is like very different. Like, you have to be in a different mindset to be with somebody and not want them and not be attracted to them mentally. Like, okay, I was physically, like, appearance wise, yes, but like, it was just like, you have no purpose here but to satisfy me in this area. And that was a very dark place for me. And granted, I did go through something very, very traumatic prior, but when I look back on it now, it's just like, yo, that was a very dark place. And I'm happy that God did not let me stay there long, but it definitely has its consequences, y'all. And I don't want y'all to play with fire like that. So be true to who you are. Don't go out and just willy-nilly loose goose because whatever. I didn't get too loose, but don't be loose goosing. Okay? That's me telling y'all. I can't even talk. I got so much to say. Keep your standards. Keep your boundaries. Do not compromise. Somebody is going to meet them. I promise you. If you know the God you serve, If you know the God that you serve, ask him for the answers. Don't go to your friends. Ask him for the answers. If God tell you looking for a little too much now, you want handsome, God fearing, with the worldly knowledge as well, with a good GPA, with a good credit score, you're gonna have to be a little patient with me. You're gonna have to compromise in the area. He may not look how you want him to look, or he may not be the football player you want him to be. She may not be the Instagram model body girl you want her to be, but she got everything else. And be patient. In a couple years, she'll have it. Be patient. In a couple years, he gonna have it. That's why I was never one for the whole conversations. Oh, no, I'm not a 9 to 5. I don't want a nigga with a 9 to 5. Excuse my language, but I don't want nobody with a 9 to 5. And one thing I love about a man or anybody, period, is having ambition. Do you know ambition is something that money cannot buy? Ambition is something that you cannot just hire and fire. Sometimes you got to be a little patient. You got to be with the little 9 to 5 Chick-fil-A worker for a second. Or whatever. He's in college. Girl, he's not finna have a big body Benz right now. Crazy. Like, give him time. Give him some time, okay? Everybody don't got it. And that's something I had to learn too, because I'm such a matter-of-fact type of girl. I'm such a got together since I was a kid type of girl. Like, I've had a plan since. Everybody's not like that, and that's something I've had to learn. Like, even talking to my friends, like, I be telling them you should do this, and my friend Jordan is big on like, girl, I'm not monetizing my habit, I'm not monetizing my passion, and I'm big on, girl, you better not put your passion to the side. Girl, your passion is not a side hustle. That's just me though. That's how I was brought up. But she's like, no, because when I monetize, I'm gonna take away the value that I have for it, the fun for it. I personally feel like, yo, why not have fun for the rest of your life and make good money? But it's just two different mindsets, and just because it's different mindsets does not mean that it's bad or good. It's called patience. That's just what I've been reflecting on lately, and that's the next level of emotional intelligence that I'm at. I've kind of touched on these things briefly in other podcast episodes, but it's been something that I've been constantly going through. And I'm going to end the podcast today with some right advice. I know it's been a minute since I gave the right advice. My right advice would be, do not lose yourself in the world. And that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, but do not let the world rob you of your love. That is a Christ-like trait. That's the highest command that he gives us, is to love him and then to love our neighbor. So if you can do that, God is going to bless you massively. And I'm not just saying it just so you can get you some blessings. Don't just be obeying God just to get you some blessings. Obey him because you love him. But however, truly just love the people around you. Do not let the world convince you that you shouldn't be who you are, that you shouldn't love how you do, you shouldn't smile the way you do, your eyes shouldn't radiate happiness. Do not let the world rob you of that. And even if you've been through something traumatic, take your time. But understand that light, that sunshine that exudes through your body is going to come back. Okay? I love y'all so much. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe again. And I did start posting vlogs. I will be posting them. I'm thinking every other Thursday. That's what I'm thinking. Every other Thursday for the vlogs on the YouTube channel. So make sure y'all let me know how y'all like them. Follow me on all social medias at TRNpod and Armani LaDalė. Love y'all so much. And drop y'all mental health checks. Ain't nobody forgot. Y'all drop the mental health checks, please, and thank you. I want to know how y'all doing. Even if you're not doing the best, I still want to know. Let me share some kind words with you. Let me pour into you. So please drop those mental health checks. I really absolutely love them. But y'all have a great and blessed day and an amazing night. Wait. One more thing. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Right Number Podcast. Please be sure to follow our Instagram and Twitter at TRNpod and use the hashtag TRNpod whenever you're tuned in. Love y'all. Talk to you later.